Hello everyone and welcome to the Spatials. My name's Orsa and today I'm going to run you through the basics of the game's UI and how to get started on building your own space station. But first let's take a look at the custom difficulty options. You can enable salaries, you can have the production of your crew, you can increase the prices of resources, contracts, and your crew, and you can also enable permadeath. I don't want any of those, I just want to run on the normal difficulty, so let's start the game. Boop, we got sent to a space station. There we go. So, TR-303 is the in-game tutorial, and he just provides information about the UI, but doesn't give any sort of direction of how you need to proceed through the game. So if you want to read what he has to say, go ahead and do that, but I'm going to be covering a lot of that information in this guide, this tutorial, whatever you want to call it. So first off, over here on the left you have the different building options. First one, removing buildings and items. Second one is the technical and decorative aspects of the station. Third one is your basic living needs. As you unlock more stuff from the tech tree, this list will grow longer. So first off, every room on the station has to be connected via a corridor. You cannot connect rooms directly to other rooms. So that being said, I'm going to build straight off of this little core part by 3, and we're going to build our barracks. Now barracks provides the very basic need that your crew members need, which is sleep. I'm going to be building a 3x5 room, just so I have more room to start off with in case I need to hire more crew members or what have you. So while they're building that, let me talk about a couple of other things here. So first off, the security gate. The security gate allows you to restrict who can come in and out of an area. So let me drop that down and use the object info on it. So currently building, and there we go. So you can allow or forbid officers or visitors. That's really the only two options you have. So also in here you have spaceports, which allows visitors to come to your station. That's going to be the outside of the scope of this tutorial, and I would suggest that you wait off on that until you're more comfortable with laying out your station in a more optimal fashion. Let's see, next down is warehouse. It increases how much item storage you have down here at the bottom, and it also allows you to build a recycler. I'll touch on that once I actually build it. I'm going to throw down the beds, one for each officer in case they all decide they want to sleep at the same time, but that's not absolutely necessary. And I'm also going to build a corridor off so I can build my warehouse out here. And I'm going to build the warehouse in a 5, that's not the warehouse, in a 5x6, and I'll talk a little bit more about the warehouse once it's built. Okay, now that they're starting to finish it up, I'm going to start dropping down pallets. So they have to be able to access the pallet, so you want to have at least one space adjacent to it. And that's the same with everything. So in order for them to build or interact, go to sleep, as that one guy just did, you'll need to have a space adjacent to it so they can walk up to it. Okay, let me drop down the replicator. Alright, and the reason why I set it up like this is my own personal preference. You can cram them in however you want to. The reason why I did this is because it'll allow me to have a pathway so I can expand to the left and right, as well as expanding deeper down the line. Okay, so each pallet expands your inventory by 4, and the recycler allows you to destroy items that are in your inventory for credits. As far as I know, you only really need one. But now you'll notice that I'm kind of stuck here now. What to do next? Well, the first thing we're going to do is come up here and look at these little circles arranged in a, what is that, 6 sides, so hexagonal shape. So we'll click on that. Tell him to go away. Also, before you do, if you want to read through the tutorial for the technology tree, do so before clicking on anything or else it will get stuck. But since I'm not using that, I'm going to go ahead and minimize him and click on Factory. So Factory is going to cost you 500 credits. It gives you access to each of your processing and manufacturing centers, and also your basic workstations, but not the products that they can produce. You have to unlock them later on in the tree. And it gives you this warning underneath all of them. So let's go ahead and unlock that. Now from here, you'll notice that they cost more of these circles in the hexagonal form. That's your research points. So for the hall, it gives you access to the different recipes that it shows in here. And it tells you what they do. So hunger and thirst, plus and plus, what they cost, where you produce them, all that other good stuff. And then you also have these different what would you call these? I don't know, it's a place where you can purchase them. But regardless, it requires 2 of these research points. We don't have those just yet. In order to get those research points, we need to go to the Galaxy tab, which is this little spiral over here on the left by the home button. So the Galaxy is split into different sectors. Each sector has its own little level range. Then when you go into each sector, there's a whole bunch of star systems, each having their own level assigned to them. We have access to this first one here. Okay, so take this in. So you've got your home planet and a whole bunch of other different planets in here. This is going to be randomized. So what you see is definitely going to be different from what I have here. But you'll notice one that has the yellow exclamation point. So let's click on that one first. So you'll notice what it says you'll get as a reward for completing the mission on this planet. So you'll unlock the next system, you'll get 1 research point, you'll get some units of fruits and some credits. In addition to that, it unlocks the resources here on the Resources tab. You can also change out which officers you want to take with you. So I could take that one out and put a different one in if I had a different one to put in. And you can only have 1 of each type of officer. Point that out there too. And you'll notice that this one over here also has a different symbol. Obviously home is home. I don't need to explain that one. But this one has the Vitruvian man symbol there on the top. You click on this one and this is going to be the system's colony. And you're going to notice 2 tabs here. One's the embassy. So the embassy, the more people you put into the embassy, the lower this time will go. So this time is the period between getting resources that you've bought on each planet. And then on the other tab is recruits that you can hire. So from here I can hire 2 level 1 strategists and a scientist, each for 250 credits. Each colony is going to have different ones, and they're going to be at different levels depending on the level of the system that the colony is in. Whew. Okay. And each planet also has its own mission, and each planet gives 1 research point. I'll point that out as well. So now, time to go on our first away mission. So it puts you on the planet or station or whatever it happens to be, and your little boss lady here will tell you what to do. So in this particular one, a human colony has contacted us to find the supplies that got stolen by pirates. So you'll go follow the arrow. It points you to your mission objectives on every type of planet. It also tells you what the mission objective is up in the top center. And also, so you'll also notice that your crew's down here across the bottom with their health and their energy. And they each also have this little icon with a number on it that goes from 1 to 5. So each of those numbers corresponds to a special ability that that crew member is able to use. So if we come up to the crew tab, which is this tab right up here in the left corner, the one that has the crew member shape on it, it'll open up the detailed panel about your crew members. So the first tab is the career, and it tells you when each of the needs and craves is unlocked for each crew member. And the needs are the same and the craves differ, and they all seem to come at the same level. So now if I kind of position this here so you can see up to level 17, you can see they have knowledge. So if I come down to the diplomat, has knowledge, everything else is the same, the craves change though. Then the next tab, the owns and craves. Wow, that's backwards. So the craves show you what craves they have accumulated. Owned object shows what objects you have assigned to that crew member. Work shows what they're currently working on. So if I had this guy producing meals, it would show it here and show progress on it. Or if they are building something, it'll show that here as well. And now combat, the most relevant point to what we're doing right now. So if you click on their special skill, it'll tell you what it is, what it does, how much energy, how much damage, all that other good stuff. You can also look at all of their other stuff, and all of this can be changed out by items that you get while completing missions or completing the away missions. Now you'll notice here that it says destroy current skill. If I had another item here, which maybe after this mission I will and I'll show you then, but if I had another item here, I would click to select it, it would bring it up here, and it would say replace and destroy current skill. So it would give me the selected skill while destroying the one that's currently active. So you don't get to transfer old stuff to new people. That's how it goes. Now to get back to planet side, I just click back on the galaxy tab, and we're going to follow the arrow over to the mayor and see what we can help him out with. Oh, and you'll notice as I walk around, I start picking stuff up. This typically happens on planet side missions. I don't think it happens on other base missions, but I haven't seen everything yet. So we received some vital supplies yesterday, but pirates stole them. Can you help us? Of course. Here, go recover the supplies from the pirates. And it has 3 different arrows pointing us to each of the 3 different objectives. And there are pirates. And yeah, you'll notice that my crew members, as they walk over stuff on the ground, they're picking it up. So to attack stuff, you mouse over it, and you hold the mouse button. And like if you were keen-eyed enough, you probably saw that I hit the number 2 grenade, he threw it, and it landed in the group and destroyed them all. So also the doctor, which is on number 4, heals, and the scientist, need to concentrate. So doctor heals, engineer gives more energy. You also have to watch out for the local wildlife because it will attack you as well. Okay, and I've recovered 2 out of 3 of the supplies, and I've also gained a whole lot of stuff. Actually, so let me go over to my crew member. Oh, never mind, I haven't claimed it yet. But you'll notice I have this level 1 skill. Once we get off planet, I'll be able to equip it to my strategist, the red officer, or orange officer. Whichever one that actually happens to be. Somewhere between red and orange. Okay, make sure that you continuously heal as much as you can, restore energy as much as you can. Especially if you're playing with permadeath, because you can and will lose officers if you're not paying enough attention. Alright, so I got all 3 of the supply drops that the mayor wanted, so we're going to head back over there, and hopefully this is the end of the mission. If it's not, we'll have to go face off with the boss or something like that. Supplies will last us for quite a while, we are very grateful. Yep, now we can leave the planet with that button. Now there are also some other buttons here on the side. Let me kind of go through those really quick. So by default you have move and ground info. You can also put down corridors so you can walk over spaces. So for example, if I wanted to move over the water, I would have to do that. I can also remove corridor blueprints, so kind of destroy the blueprints before I start building it. And then the last button is to leave the planet. So we want to go ahead and leave the planet. So now I've gotten 1 research point from that, and I can also go back and complete it if I wanted to. So the benefit to going back and completing it again would be to get bonus resources from that planet. So right now I can purchase these resources. I'm gonna purchase these in particular. So the little pea pod seed looking thing is the fruits, and the H2O are all parts to make the food recipe items that I'll be showing later on. But anyways, so completing it again would change this multiplier, so you get more per period. And to reduce the interval on that period, you would deploy people into the embassy. Now going back home, actually wait, no, can't go back home quite yet. So I only have 1 research point, and I need 2 to open up the hall. So let me go complete another mission, and I shall be right back. Also, before I say I'll be right back, you might want to check on these different planets and make sure that the resources you get from them are desirable for you at that point in time. So right now I only have 1 planet with desirable resources, so I'm going to deploy to that planet. Okay, and there we go. That should be my 2nd research point, so let's go ahead and leave the planet. And before I forget, let me come and show you what this looks like. So I click for this level 1 phaser, and it shows me, it compares it to the one that I currently have, and then it says destroy current and implant selected. I don't particularly want to do that. I want to go over to, I think, my scientist or my doctor and give them that sidearm instead. And then I can, let's see, I could also implant this extra health if I was particularly inclined, but I'm currently not. But anyways, I have my 2nd research point, and now I can unlock Hall. Now, if you remember from the crew, as their needs unlock, or as they level up, their needs unlock. So currently my crew is sitting at level 2, and once they hit level 3, hunger is vital. That's why we unlock Hall first, and why I would recommend hitting Living 2 first, so you can get at least up to Hygiene before you start hitting these others. And from there I would recommend hitting Service 1, which should sell supplies for spaceships. But I don't quite know how visitors work. I don't know if visitors are going to be requesting these or if spaceships are going to be requesting these. I'm figuring, though, it's probably going to be visitors, so you'll want to probably look more into setting up your space station for visitors, which is going to be the outside of the scope of this tutorial, of this guide, of this whatever you want to call it. But anyways, now that I have the hall bought, I can now start building with it. So you notice that 2 more icons unlocked over here on the side, the factory and the eating. So first off, let me build another corridor so I can branch off of that. And while they're building it, I can talk about it. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so from here we want to build the kitchen. I'm just going to build a little 3x3 there. And then diner on the other side, I'm going to build a 3x4 there. So the kitchen is where you're going to manufacture food in this basic kitchen workstation. And then on the other side, you have the lunch table and the refreshment counters where visitors and crew are going to be able to buy food. Now you'll notice that there are other icons here, the table and the divider. These are purely decorative items, but there's a huge caveat to that. They're not purely decorative items. They actually do have an effect on the selling price of goods in the different workstations or counters, whatever you want to call them. Like if they sell items, having more decorations around them will allow them to sell for higher prices to visitors. I wish they would hurry up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and throw down a lunch table or two. And then on the other side, once they're done with that... Come on, hurry up. Okay, now I'm going to throw down 3 kitchens. Okay, now that that side's opened up, I'm going to throw down the refreshments tables. There we go. Okay, and once the crew gets the needs for food, they'll be able to get pizza and rations from these, and once they hit thirst, they'll be able to get juice and desserts from the refreshments counter. But they all have to be made over here in the basic kitchen. So let's click on... Okay, it's currently queuing infinite. Let's click on rations, and I'll tell you what the ration needs. So for 2 rations, you need 1 water, 1 seeds, 1 fruits. And from there, oops, that's the wrong tab. I need to come over to the Galaxy tab. So from the ones that I've completed, I'll get 1 seeds, 3 fruits, 1 water, and unpurchased. But I can purchase these really quick, which is 2 seeds, 4 fruit, 1 water. Now ideally, I would try to find another one that has a lot of water and purchase a lot of water off of that one. But as you can see, all I have is bugs and slime, which is kind of useless for me. But if I wanted to get it quicker, I could easily just hire the recruits here, which they're different than before. But whatever, I'll take them. And then I'll go ahead and put them in. So it goes from 12 minutes down to 6 minutes, then 6 minutes, down to 3 minutes, and then 3 minutes, down to 2 minutes. But anyways, so now that I have those 3 there, it'll come every 2 minutes, and it'll allow me to stockpile up on food and drink supplies really quickly from the stuff from the system. And I could run these again and increase that multiplier. So anyways, where do I go from here? So from here, I would go for living 2 and get the hygiene needs, the hygiene needs set up for my crew. And then I would start considering setting up shops in the spaceport for visitors. Know that there are different species, they do have different needs, and once they get here, it'll tell you here. So okay, basically it tells you how happy they are, what they need, and what you can provide to make them happier. Alright, and there's one other tab that I do need to cover. This one here in the middle with the cross swords. This is contracts. You basically send your crew members away on autonomous away missions. And here's where the roles will really shine. So it'll basically say what the rewards are, bonus chances of completing this. So more doctors means this particular one is going to be more successful. Sometimes it has them, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, you'll pick these, you'll assign officers on it. You can either pick worst, or have it auto pick your worst officers, average officers, or your best officers, and it'll tell your chances of success with that crew setup before you start on the contract. And most of these will offer just experience or bonus experience, and others will have loot and other items, and it tells you their level and all that other good stuff. But if I were to pick, so you also have to make sure that your officers are not assigned to any other role. So you can tell here that all of these are assigned to my away crew. If I show my ambassadors, these two are ambassadors to the one planet, or to that first colony. And then this one doesn't have a role, and thus is really the only one that I can put onto an away mission. So if I were to go to the medical looting, I can grab that one, and you can still assign them manually. So pick that one and assign it, and then pick a diplomat and assign them. So I've got a 65% chance of success. And that's because this is a level 2 mission, and it would prefer 3 level 2 doctors for the best chance at success. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Anything else is going to be beyond the scope of this tutorial, but let me know what you guys think. Would you like to see more of this game? Would you like me to make more tutorials about it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe for all my video updates. I'm going to put a couple of links over on the left for more videos you may enjoy. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and have yourselves a very good day.